The Survivalist on the Richard Syrett Show.
Welcome back to the Monday edition, and the day that we welcome Jacob Goldback back from holidays, back on the board, like he never missed a beat. Mondays, we also welcome emergency preparedness expert Stefan Verstappen, the art of urban survivalist, and this is our Survivalist segment. Stefan, how was your weekend?
It was fine, Richard. How was your weekend?
Terrific. Yeah, just recharging, always recharging the batteries for the next week's battle.
I had fun. I went for a bicycle ride to one of the local bicycle trails.
Yes.
Just on the way back, I got caught in that big storm.
But you had your emergency pouch with you, so you had a rain poncho, right?
Wrong. I didn't bring it.
Oh.
I was absolutely soaked. It came down in buckets, and then I'm listening to CBC on the earphones on FM radio, and they're going, tornado warnings in effect for southwestern and Ontario. And I'm going, oh my God, I got to get home. And then I got hit with that. So, but you know what? That's what Navy SEALs go through.
That's right. That's just a walk in the park for the Navy.
That's right. So, and then I said, well, that was very refreshing, and now I don't have to take a shower.
All right. So we talk a lot on this program about, how we need to build a parallel society. We build it. We're going to have to. We have homeschooling now. We're going to have to create our own.
Medical communities, and this is all part of forming communities. It's building a parallel society. So one of those things, we were talking earlier with another guest about freezing bank accounts during the trucker convoy and so forth. So, we need to build our own financial institutions, which leads us to a discussion about something called, this is a very old tradition from the Far East, I believe, lending circles. Tell me about it. So lending circles are international. I first came across them when I was living in China. And in China, they're called the lunhui. But they're very popular in Latin America, where they're called tandas or cestas. And again, it's basically the same concept. The Koreans have them, the Chinese have them, the Japanese, the Hispanics. And after the Civil War, African Americans, newly freed slaves, were very popular in organizing these lending circles. So basically what a lending circle does is replace the payday loans kind of operations that you need a chunk of cash because you're in a situation where you have bills to pay or you want to start a business. And but if you go to the bank and you say, listen, I need $2,000 to upgrade my hot dog cart, well, the bank's going to laugh at you. They're not going to deal with you. And but let's say you can only afford $100 a month to pay for a loan anyways. So you're not going to get the loan, but you need the money. Where are you going to go to? So what happens in those situations, and like I said, it's very popular among immigrants, East Asian, and especially Latinas and Hispanic communities are very popular in those communities. And that is you get, say 10 friends together. So here's how it works. I might need $2,000. And actually, Richard, I do need $2,000. Winter is coming, and I need $2,000 to put a down payment on an old beater because, bicycling around small town in minus 30-degree weather in the wintertime is no fun for an old man like me. But I can't get $2,000. So what I do is I get 10 friends together. How much can you reasonably pay into a kitty every month? So let's say it's $100, okay? So $100 a month, everybody's going to pay $100 a month. I got 10 friends, so that's $1,000 a month. Now, typically what these lending circles do is they circulate loans every month to one of the members. And because I might need the money in November, I can wait until November to get my money.
So you're forming your own bank with your own friends.
You're forming like a micro bank with your own friends.
Okay, I'm going to jump in here, Stefan. We're going to take a quick time out. We'll come back and discuss lending circles some more. Stefan Verstappen, emergency preparedness expert, author of The Art of Urban Survival, ChinaStrategies.com, and FormingCommunities.com. More of our discussion right after these.
Back to the conversation on The Richard Syrett Show. News Talk, Saga 960 AM.
And we're back with Stefan Verstappen, emergency preparedness expert, on our Survivalist segment, which we do every Monday. He's the author of The Art of Urban Survival, and we're talking about, part of what is forming communities. Part of a larger discussion of is forming communities, but right now we're focusing on something called lending circles, which is basically you get a bunch of people in your community together, and you form what is essentially a micro bank or a micro lending institution. So you pool your money, maybe $100 a month. If you've got 10 people, that's what, $10,000. No, that's $1,000. Sorry, $1,000 going into the kitty every month. So that's $12,000 every year, and so anyone can. I guess you have to go to the community and make your case. I need $2,000 for a car, and they each have voting rights, and yes, you get the loan, or no, you don't get the loan.
Well, there's several ways that this can run, right? So there's various operations. The simplest way it's run is as a rotating loan. So everybody gets $1,000 once for a month.
Got it.
So you pay in $1,000. So let's say I need $1,000. I got 10 people. Everybody kicks in $100 a month, and we run it for 10 months. So I get my $1,000, but the next month you get $1,000, and the next month somebody else gets $1,000. So basically, you're getting $1,000 loan, but it's interest free. You're just paying back the $1,000. You have to continue paying your $100 every month, but you do it for 10 months. But at least you get this big cash lump sum at once that you can use to invest in your business, to pay for a car or whatever you need. So that's typically the way these things are run. But there's other versions of it whereby it's an emergency fund. So now we're putting in $100 a month, and then people that have an emergency, say you get laid off your job, you need to pay the mortgage, and you got money coming in maybe in next month or whatever, but you need to pay the mortgage now. So then you go to the community, and again, you make your case. You say, everybody can make a case why they need the money this month instead of next month. And then if you make the case, everybody sits down and they vote on it, and they go, yeah, it's most important that Richard pays his mortgage rather than Stefan buys a new boat. So, and that's how you distribute the money. And again, the whole thing, it's a very small community. Now, you can incorporate it, you can institute like legal documents around it, but I don't recommend it, because the minute you start forming a legal entity around such an association, then you become subject to different laws, and especially the Securities Act. So it's just friends. You kick in the money, everybody gets the same money at one point in that 10-month cycle, or in the case of an emergency funds, then everybody can apply when they have a financial emergency to say, look, I need the loan this month. And so that's how you run it.
Okay, so let me just expand on that a little bit. Let's say you've got a really you've got a larger community, and maybe there's, 50 or 100 of you, and you're each kicking in $200 a month, and someone decides they want to start a business. Maybe they want to buy a small motel. How would it work there?
Well, it would work the same way. See, this is scalable. Typically in migrant communities and poorer neighborhoods, it's going to be a very small kind of lending circle, 5, 10 people, small amounts of money. But, everybody gets their $2,000 or $1,500 that they can use at one lump sum. Now, you can scale this up. Yes, absolutely. You can bring in 50 people, and you can say that everybody puts in $500. And now you're looking at $25,000 a month. Then there's a way of doing this whereby people that want the loan will offer shares back to the community in their company. So we'll give you the loan, and the loan will be secured by shares in the company until your monthly payments have paid off the loan.
Right. So if you were buying a small business, then it would behoove, let's say, the other members of your community who lent you the money as part of this lending circle to frequent your business to ensure its success, or maybe even to help. Maybe you need to, make a repair or something on the boiler system in the new motel you bought, or to help clean or whatever, because they have a vested interest in the success of that business.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why this type of community is so successful and is so essential. Look, we're going to go through a very tough time economically. And for many people, the solution is going to be to start up some sort of small business, or I'm talking about this on other shows, micro businesses, things that you can run out of your house, ways of creating materials that you can barter and sell on the open market. And, let's say I'm a jewelry maker or a potter, and I need to buy a kiln, and the kiln is $5,000. So set up a lending circle, get the $5,000, buy the kiln, and I can sell the bowls and the cups and whatever I manufacture. And the people that have contributed the money to the loan, they will help promote you because they want their money back. and so to ensure that they get their money back, they're going to make sure that your business is a success. Now, I have started dozens of small businesses, and I'll tell you what the big problem is, because most small businesses failed, and I always tell people I know more about business because I've failed at more of them than anybody else has. But the problem with small businesses, you started up yourself. So you're the chief cook and bottle washer, right? You got to manufacture. You got to do the sales. You got to do the bookkeeping. You got to do the housekeeping. You got to do the ordering and the distribution and mailing. You have to do all that yourself, and it tends to become overwhelming. Now you get a community of investors. They're going to spread the word out. They're going to do word of mouth marketing. They're going to direct their friends to come and help you. And that is already a huge help in starting up a small business.
Now, absolutely. Lending circles. All right. We just got about 30 seconds here. If you want.
Okay, then I won't tell the story about the roof Koreans.
Roof Koreans?
Yeah.
A Korean family that started a roofing business? Is that what you're talking about?
No, this goes back to the Rodney King riots in L.A.
Oh.
And I remember they were interviewing some of the rioters on the streets, and one of them was saying, how come these Koreans own all the convenience stores? Like, somehow they got a leg up on everybody else. And what he doesn't know is that the Koreans use lending circles. That's what they do,
That's right.
So they buy the convenience store, and everybody runs it, and everybody gets wholesale costs for the groceries. Now, during the riots, what happened was a bunch of the Koreans went up onto the roofs of their businesses with firearms, shooting shots over the heads of the rioters. Now, guess whose businesses did not get burned down and looted?
That's right, the South Korean shop owners.
And exactly. And that's what I'm talking about, community. That kind of ties in with our neighborhood watch program, our community defense program. When you got a bunch of people, they're all looking after their own interests, they really help to make that a success.
There you go, lending circles. All right. Stefan Verstappen is the emergency preparedness expert. He joins us every Monday, the author of The Art of Urban Survival, formingcommunities.com and chinastrategies.com. All right, Stefan, we'll talk again next week. You have a great rest of the week, my friend.
You too, Richard. Bye-bye.